Guys, back with another video. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can actually build and sell AI receptionists. So in this video, we'll go from the idea of obviously AI receptionist, how to build it, how to get the clients, and then obviously how to sell it on these calls. So what is the actual offer? What are you actually selling? Stop actually selling the AI agent or the AI receptionist. Sell the outcome that it gives the business owner. So yeah, business owners don't really care. Sorry, what tech you use. They care about obviously the results. So obviously the call gets answered and then converted into an appointment. And your offer should sound something like this. So we install a 24/7 receptionist that answers, qualifies, and books X amount of appointments of customers straight into your calendar within a certain time frame, so you never lose another lead again. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but it can be something like that. And how you're actually going to price this offer is you can have a setup fee of about $500 to $1,500, and then a monthly retainer of $397 to around $800. This is obviously including like the monitoring and improvements, new FAQs, and just basically improving the AI caller over time. One thing I will say is we will be going over outreach methods, right? And I'm just saying, don't straight up just say this in your first message, because you just sound like everyone else. If you get what I'm trying to say, just we'll get you this amount of appointments, and they obviously don't know who you are. They don't see you as an authority. So how are they going to know that you can do this? Unless obviously your profile is optimized or they've seen stuff around you before. But I'm going to be showing you a curiosity-driven outreach message that books appointments. So anyway, so after you obviously collect this payment, what are they actually going to get after the payment? And that is obviously a fully trained inbound AI receptionist, which is personalised for their business, a booking and confirmation flow if they already don't have this, a missed call text, and then monthly optimization, which I obviously said here. Well, now we're actually going to build out the agent. And normally I use Simflow, but I'll walk you through how to build out these AI voice agents for the best practices. And the use case I'll be using for today is roofing, but I've got a free prompt here, and no matter what niche you target, so it might not be roofing, it might be HVAC or plumbing or something completely different. And no matter what it is, you can just put their business name, their business description, in their location, and you can just put everything around their business for these placeholders here, so you don't actually have to write out the whole prompt. I've already done it for you. So yeah, we'll be using GoHighLevel. The reason why is because Simflow is very good, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit more expensive than GoHighLevel. You can create multiple sub accounts in GoHighLevel depending on the plan that you've got, and it's actually, I think it's cheaper to use the voice agents in here. But yeah, Simflow is still very good. But today we're just going to be using GoHighLevel. Well, anyway, so you come to actually do it. Obviously, you come into your GoHighLevel account, come into AI agents and voice AI, and then you're just going to press create agent. Now, I've already created the agent with that prompt there, and I'll show you how to actually build out these settings here. So obviously, this is just the agent name. I'll move myself over here. This is just the agent name. I've just named it obviously a YouTube example caller for a completely random business called Summit Roofing. I don't even know if these guys exist. And the language, whichever language you're in. So obviously I speak English, but then you have German, Spanish, French, Brazilian, Portuguese, Italian, Dutch, and English and Spanish one. And then you can have outbound callers as well, but today we're just going to be doing AI inbound receptionists. But one thing I'd say is tell the person straight away that it's an AI system, because some people can get annoyed that they'll be speaking to this AI assistant on the phone and then realise it's an AI assistant and then just get angry and hang up. So I'll have the message as, hey, our team is like fully busy at the moment, or they're really busy at the moment. I'm Summit's Roofing AI assistant who is helping, or how can I help? Basically, you can say that in books appointments, and you get the idea. But if you come over here to the agent goals, or actually one thing I'll say is also obviously got the language of the voice. I'm just going to pick this voice here. I'm not going to go through
Hey,
all
Worldly
the
11 Labs
voices.
friends, let's talk. Let's have a conversation about anything.
Yeah, you can just go through the voices that they have here, depending on obviously your prompt, and then you can just choose whichever one's the best. You're also going to pick your time zone, and then the model that you want. But I normally just use the recommended ones that I have here. So GPT-4o. Yeah, if we come over to agent goals, there's going to be an option to switch to advanced mode, and you're going to want to do that. And then I haven't created a knowledge base, but basically that you can just, what goes in a knowledge base is all of the information around like the business, so like the pricing, the just yeah, all the information around the business that the AI should know basically. I think what you can actually do with this as well is add website links to. So let's say you work with a roofer, and obviously you have their website. You can just paste that in, and then GoHighLevel will actually scrape all the information off that website, put it into the knowledge base, so you can just, it already knows all the stuff that's on there. They don't have to write it out. But anyway, here's how I've been prompting it. So we have the role, like who you are and how you behave, the tasks, the primary objectives of it, the global context, business information, the services and pricing overview, why homeowners choose them, guidelines, like how to speak so that it doesn't sound like an AI. Context and sales intelligence, because it's obviously going to have to be, trained in sales and appointment booking, right? Obviously, it's an appointment booking agent. Well, then we have conversation flow examples. So how this thing should speak. You get the idea. You've got FAQs, objection handling, fallback and error handling. But obviously, this is all in this prompt here. If you're wondering where this is, it should be the first or second link in the description. You can just grab this. It's just a full 9 pages of prompting. All you have to do is add your, obviously, business names or whatever your placeholders are here. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. Just sort this proper formatting. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter what niche you're in or who you target. Then you can just get this prompt and add whatever's in there. But anyway, we'll come back over here, and I think that's everything for that. So obviously we have the phone and availability now. Now, if you don't have a number in GoHighLevel, you'll have to just go to buy new number, and you'll come here, and then you'll add number, add a phone number for SMS and calls, and obviously you're just going to choose a number which, wherever you are, the UK, the US, I don't know, wherever you are, basically. And I normally go for a toll-free number, and then, yeah. I think I bought these numbers ages ago, so I'm not too sure. But I know you just need a toll-free number. And also, depending on I think, oh, my bad, I don't need to do that. I think when I bought this UK number, you have to do something called a regulatory bundle. It's basically just to prove that you're from there, I think. But yeah, I bought these numbers ages ago now. I don't even really use this account, to be fair. But coming back to the voice AI agent. So once you've got your number, obviously you're just going to add it to your agent, right? Obviously you need the number for people to call. Well, these are important here. So let's say if you enable this, that if like the person, let's say you work with a roofer, doesn't end up picking up the phone before, obviously it just goes to answer phone, then the AI will then pick up and speak to the person on the phone. I think if you turn this off, then the AI just picks up the phone automatically, and no humans involved in that, right? One thing actually I forgot to go over here in the agent goals was the actions. So you want an appointment booking action. So you're gonna have a calendar, right? In GoHighLevel, and to do that, you'll come down to, I believe, settings, calendars, and you'll just create a new calendar, and then you'll add obviously your like whoever you work with, their working hours of 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever times they work, right? So you add that in, and then when someone wants to book an appointment over the phone, the AI will obviously look into the calendar to book an appointment. Or what you can do is go to send SMS action. So let's say the person you work with already has a booking flow, right, where like people just manually book. You can just use a send SMS action, and what you can do is the message input will be, "Hey, thanks for booking with us. Here's your booking link," and you'll send the booking link to that person on the phone, the lead on the phone, right? And when the SMS delivery should take place is if the user asks to book an appointment, or if the user wants to book an appointment. You have to say user, and then what to say before sending the SMS is I will just say, yeah, sending that over just now, basically, or just something similar to that. You also got a few other actions here, which is call transfer. So let's say, I don't know, someone wanted to speak to the manager, they weren't too happy, then you can just click this, and the number to transfer to, and when the call transfer should take place. So obviously, you've got an example here. If the user wants to talk to the manager or business owner, and then obviously you can see the example there as well. And then I think the last one is update contact field. So this is just, during the call, after the call. Let's say they give you their email, then you can just collect their email from them, or their name, or whatever information you might need. But yeah, we'll just cancel that there. Well, I think I should actually just test this now. So what I'm going to do is come to here, and I'm just going to test this caller right now.
Hey, our team is busy at the moment. I am Summit's roofing AI assistant who is helping you. How can I help?
Oh, hey, I was just wondering what areas you guys service.
We serve the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area, including places like Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Irving, and Richardson. Is your property in or near one of these areas?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. So how much is a roof replacement?
For a full roof replacement, the cost typically ranges from $8,000 to $15,000 for asphalt shingle roofs. The exact price depends on the size of your roof and the materials you choose. We'd be happy to do a free inspection and provide a detailed quote. Would you like to schedule that?
Yeah, what times do you have?
Sure, let me check the available slots for you. One moment. Oh, here are some available slots. Today, November 5th at 4:30 p.m. Tomorrow, November 6th at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., or 12 p.m. Friday, November 7th at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., or 12 p.m. Would any of these work for you?
Yeah, let's do tomorrow at 10 a.m., please.
Got it. Before I book that for you, could you please provide your email address so we can send you the confirmation details?
Yeah, it's daniel00@gmail.com.
Thanks, Daniel. Could you spell out your email address for me so I can make sure I've got it right?
Yeah, so it's DANIEL00@gmail.com.
Thanks for that. Just to confirm, your email is DANIEL00@gmail.com, correct?
Yes. Yeah, right. So is that gone through then, yeah?
You're all set. Your appointment is booked for tomorrow, November 6th at 10 a.m. Our inspector will call before arriving. Thanks for choosing Summit Roofing and Restoration. We'll take great care of you. Anything else I can help you with?
All right, no, that's it. Thank you. Goodbye. And there we have it. That, just a little demo there of what this AI can actually do. So once that's actually built out now, I'll move this across. So you're going to want to pick a niche. We haven't actually gone over a niche yet. We've, gone over how to build it. But now, obviously, you're going to have to pick the niche you want to actually build this for. And here's some that convert pretty fast, all right? So obviously got home service niches and the professional niches. So we've got roofers, HVAC, plumbing, solar, landscapers, pool builders, chiropractors, med spas, dental clinics, real estate agents, beauty salons. So obviously all of these, take a good amount of calls. So if none of these actually take your pick, you can pick a niche by do customers book over the phone? Do they close the same day, or do they need to follow up with? And are missed calls painful for these businesses? So do they lose out on revenue if they miss a call? Because a lot of with roofers, if someone calls and then they don't pick up, they're just going to go to the next company. They're not just going to keep trying to call over and over again. So, and are you also familiar with the niche? So, are you familiar with roofing? Or maybe you've done roofing before, or are you familiar with plumbing? Are you familiar with real estate? It's just, if you're already familiar with that niche, you kind of know how it works, and it'll be easier to definitely build out the callers as well. But now, we need to generate some leads. So there's 4 ways of getting clients. That's cold outreach, warm outreach, paid ads, and organic content. And I haven't obviously I've gone over all of these here, but not warm outreach, because it's pretty self-explanatory. So basically, to explain warm outreach, these are just people that you know of, or in contact with, or have contacted you before, or maybe they've liked one of your posts, or they've interacted with you before. Basically, that's a warm lead, right? So anyone you might know, I don't know, your uncle might run a roofing business, or I don't know, someone you might know might have a roofing business, or sort of a real estate firm, or a dental clinic, or something like that you could target. But if you don't, and then you can then have to do cold outreach, paid ads, organic contacts. So for cold outreach, you have to source some leads. And one way to do it for free, this is manually and free, is go over to Google Maps here, and you're gonna have to download Instant Data Scraper, right? And you just type in Instant Data Scraper, thinking, and then you can just like download it here, right? But you're gonna search your niche in whichever location you're targeting, and I'll actually run the actor to show you how it works. So let's say if we look for, I don't know, let's say roofers in, it's got Portland here, but I'm gonna say Manchester, because obviously I'm in the UK. But then you'll come here. Don't know if, yeah, no, I think so here. But you'll right, come to like more businesses, right? And then you're gonna obviously run the actor here. So obviously you click up there, just come back over, and it will highlight this here as yellow. And what you'll do from here is you'll just start crawling, and it will go down the businesses here, and then obviously you can see there, and then you will just download that as a CSV, and then you can import it into a Google Sheets. Pretty easy, right? Well, let's say you don't want to do that. You want to do a different method, which is you don't have to do it manually, right? You can come over to Appify, and basically you can scrape around about 500 leads for free. And I'll show you another way. Like there's a visual representation of actually how to do this. So come over here in Appify. You're going to create an account, and you can just go on the free plan, right? And you'll come to, I believe, Appify store. It should be Google Maps Scraper. It should be one called Lucas. Obviously, I already have it here, so I'll just come into here. Yeah, and it's Google Maps email extractor by Lucas Krivka. What you'll do, you come here, and you'll go to come to JSON instead, and the location query is wherever you want it to be. So let's say you might want to, I don't know, you might want to target people in, say, New York. Don't just go for like the simple ones like New York or California, because loads of people do that. Try and sort of niche down in the cities wherever you're targeting. So, but yeah, just for the sake of this, we'll just do like New York. Then you come over to here, to the search string array, and obviously whatever your niche is, let's say roofing or HVAC, just put that in, and then you'll just press save and start, and you'll get a bunch of leads with their like either like, or I think you might get their email, but it's not a, I don't know what's popped up there, but I don't think it'll be a decision maker email. But what you'll get is a phone number, and you can just hammer the phone from there. You can just do cold calls, and I think you might get social medias as well. So I'll just wait. You have to wait just a little bit for this, and then obviously items start to pop up. But I'm not going to sit here forever. You can just basically do this until your plan runs out of the $5. But you can get around about 500-ish leads by doing that. Just like that, and then if you like, then you can just keep creating free accounts, and then just keep scraping leads that way if you want to just do it for free. But then obviously now you have the leads, now you're gonna have to outreach to these people. I'll say just choose 1 or 2 channels to outreach on every single day. And another thing I don't think I added here was you're gonna want to do at least 100 outreaches a day, right? Whether that's like 50 cold calls and the 50 cold emails, or 50 cold calls and like 50 cold DMs, right? And that's just gonna, you have more chance of booking an appointment that way, whether you just do 20. Because let's say you have an appointment booking rate of like 1 or 2%. If you do 100, obviously you're gonna book 1 or 2 calls. But if you do 50, you're not even gonna book a call. So you're gonna have to do 2 sets of outreach. You have to wait 2 days to actually book a call. So yeah. Anyway, or you can just do 100 calls. Or you just do 100 of one. So you can just do 100 cold calls or whatever you feel best at. So obviously you've got cold calling, emails, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, Reddit, and there's many more as well. But I think this will also depend on wherever your niche is hanging out the most, let's say. So let's say for roofers and them home service companies up here, I'd say it's mainly cold calling will definitely be the best, and maybe cold email if you can get their personal email. And for stuff, you can also go into Facebook groups as well. So let's say you can go into some roofing Facebook groups, scrape the leads out of there, and a lot of them are going to be obviously roofing owners, but not all of them, because a lot of people also have that same idea of going into Facebook groups and joining Facebook groups. So you might get a few people that are also trying to pitch their services as well. But anyway, I also have some outreach templates that you can use here. And say if you're a cold call opener, obviously I was saying this is curiosity based. So let's say I come back up here to the offer thing. If you just put, we installed 24/7 receptionists that answer, qualify this amount of appointments, I think you just sound like everyone else, to be fair. Everyone else, open with something similar like that. As I said, obviously this is your first time doing this, or you just cold outreach, this person has no idea who you are, that you're not an authority to even, you know what I mean? They don't think you can get them, let's say, 20 booked new appointments in, let's say, 2 months or a month or so. They have no idea who you are. It's good to have that. Let's say if you were to hop on the call and then they see a demo of your agent and then you say, look, we'll get you this amount and this amount of time frame, then it can be good then. But first, just to book them onto the call, get them curious about what this AI agent actually is about. So let's say the cold caller, or the cold call opener. Hey, this is business name, right? I have a quick question if you don't mind. I was just wondering if you guys are already using AI agents in your business to book more appointments. If not, I have something that could help you if you want, if you'd be interested. And then obviously conversate and book onto a Zoom call from here. And I know also with cold email opener, subject, it wants to be a rhetorical question. So what that is that the only way that the question you ask here is going to be answered is if they open your email. So have you seen this? I don't know, Charlie, or something like have you seen this, or quick question for you, or just a rhetorical question basically, that where they have to open the email or whatever you've sent them to actually know what it's about. So hey, name, notice your niche of business, so roofing, HVAC, gets a lot of calls. Do you already use AI to handle these or calls, or do you already use AI to handle these calls you get to convert? If not, I have something that could help you. Want me to show you what that could look like for your business? And then obviously your name. And then I don't really use cold emails a lot, to be honest with you, and then cold DMs as well. So hey, I saw you were like a roofing company, so I had to reach out. Are you already using AI agents in your business to book you more appointments? If not, I have something for you. And then let's say they're interested, like, right, I can set you up a demo for this. Do you want to hop on a call, a Zoom call, and then obviously sort time out with them and then book them into your calendar? Well, let's say the first DM or email, they don't answer. You need to follow up, and most people quit within like the first 1 or 2. And I'll say you're going to for cold outreach, you can do a good 3 to 5, but I'd say 5 is the sweet spot. It's different for warm. So warm, you could follow up way more than 5, because obviously they already know who you are. They've interacted with you before. You're not coming across as spammy. You kind of are, even if we're warm, but you're not in business to obviously make friends. You're in it to make money. But anyway, the other one, paid ads, right? If you have capital, you can use ads to scale, and this is how you do it. So you can create AI actors, or another thing you can do is testimonials of people you've helped. Obviously, if you're starting out, you're probably not going to have that. Or obviously, you just going over a demo of how this would work for your sort of niche. So yeah, you can create ads using AI actors, and you can use Arcas AI. And I'll just quickly go in. I'll just search up Arcas. And yeah, basically, there's AI actors, right, you can use on your ads. And here's like an example.
Avoid these 2 mistakes if you have an Android phone. Number 1 is getting too many useless emails. Number 2 is not being protected against spam. They are ruining your storage.
So you could, use an AI actor to dig into the problems of your niche, of how the AI callers could help them. So, and then obviously you have your niche to target, and you tell them how. That should say how the AI caller helps them, and you can also have the ad be you speaking, obviously with AI when I spoke about the demo. If you have no idea how to run ads, so go with these guys here, is Stealth Manager, and you can see obviously their results come down to cases, and they're pretty cheap as well, right? So they cut the cost per lead by 98% for an agency. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. But obviously, only do this if you have the capital to do so. And obviously, you're gonna have to have a funnel for this now. So when someone clicks on your ad, you're gonna have to qualify them, and you do this with a GoHighLevel form, or just some sort of form that qualifies them. And you ask them about like their monthly earnings, their call volume, and all the qualifying questions around like AI, but to have your AI basically. And you'll also get their name, their email, and their phone number. And the reason why I do this is because I'll show you in a second. But yeah, obviously if they're qualified, they're sent to a booking page. But you'll get these because let's say they go through all that, they put all the phone number, but they don't book in the end. If they don't book, you should have an AI. You can have AI systems that call up them people and message them people and email those leads until obviously they book with you, or they just straight up tell you to stop. And the last one we have here is organic content, right? Obviously, this is organic content right now. You can just, I've also got some video ideas here. Obviously, I've got a few here. So, full course on how to build AI agents, how to build a simple AI agent for any niche, how to set up an AI appointment setter in 10 minutes. Just videos like that. So, here's some video ideas you can start with. This is like something like, I built an AI receptionist for your niche you target. So, that might be roofers or like HVAC, or the ones we went up over here. So, come back down. We can have how AI books appointments in real time, or how to use AI appointment sets to close more deals, or close more leads, or book more appointments, or something like that. Obviously, when it comes to thumbnails, they definitely help, because let's say if you have a lot of value in a video, right, and you have a bad thumbnail, then if no one sees the value put in the video, then it's worthless. So let's say your thumbnail is really bad, and no one ends up clicking on the video. You could have the best video in the world, but it won't matter because no one's clicked on it. So yeah, when it comes to thumbnails, you can either hire someone off Fiverr or Upwork, or you can contact my thumbnail editor. I haven't told him. I've actually put his Instagram in here, but I'm sure he won't mind. But if you go to him, just tell him I sent you. His Instagram is, you can see here, I'll zoom in, but Addy, ADI __1108. You just contact him, and he does all my thumbnails basically here, like these, and he's very good and very cheap as well. So now, so let's say you book the appointment. Yeah, I'm actually going to sell this. So I come over, and I have a sales script here. So first 2 minutes is building report. So let's say they don't have a camera, so I can hear you, but I can't see you. Okay, well, name looks like you booked. Call how basically. We can automate your appointment booking and client communication with our AI voice solution. Is that right? And I'll say yeah. So how did you come across it? Was it through LinkedIn, referral? All right. Basically, a lot of people will be like, oh, how's the weather over there? Something like that. It's just no one cares. But, right. Also, one thing I'll say here, all right, that structured calls in your best interest. Right. You're going to say, also, you can say something like, a lot of times when, obviously, I go over this offer with people, they either say, obviously yes or no. What I don't want to hear is like a maybe, or I've got to go speak to my wife, or basically they're just chatting a load of bollocks when they say that. It's just they're trying to say no, but you're just going to get them to say, look, I don't want to have to go through all that. We all know it's just a waste of time, and in the meantime, when I'm trying to obviously follow up with you about it, it just means a no. So it's either I go through this, it's either a yes and we'll work together, or a no, and you know what, that isn't going to hurt my feelings. So just something like that. So you can either just get a straight yes or no, and you can cut out the objections. But yeah, you're gonna go to some obviously qualifying questions here. You know what? I think I should have this in the second link in the description. So along with the inbound receptionist problem, I'll just give you this. It doesn't matter. I'll just give you this, guys. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so basically just asking a bit more questions around their business, finding out their goals, and then you can bridge them to their goals. So you can get their pain points. So how many calls or leads are you handling per month right now? What's the main bottleneck stopping you from reaching your revenue goals? Like missed calls, slow follow-up, slow conversions. So you mentioned this sort of pain point. Tell me a bit more about that. How's that hurting your revenue? How many deals do you think you've lost over a few months? And then you just, all the stuff like all their pain points, you then bridge it to your solution. Saying your solution can sort all of this and save them this much money, make them this much money, right? And you can ask them these KPI questions here. So short breaks, because obviously we said about the booking system, you can add reminders onto the appointments, and then obviously desired state questions. So how many extra appointments do you want per week? How many more clients would you want? If we freed up that sort of time, where would you put your focus on operations, sales, marketing, or just personal time with your family, and this and that? The consequence actions. So let's say they didn't buy from you. So you can just go over the pain points here. So let's say the consequence of them not buying would be bad. Sorry, I'll come back up to here. So obviously bad revenue, or missed calls or losing out on revenue because they haven't picked up the call. You get the idea. Well, and then you can insert your pitch here of your offer, or whatever your offer is. Basically, I'm not gonna say what you should pitch. I'll let you guys basically commit to that. But I think that's basically everything for today. So anyway, I hope you've got value from this video. Always getting voice cracks, but anyway, I hope you got value from this video. Any like feedback, guys, just leave it in the comments. If you don't like what I'm putting out, just let me know. And if you do like it, then let me know. But if you want to see anything different from these, any sort of other AI videos, don't have to be AI receptionists, can be any sort of AI systems. I don't mind building them out and showing you how to sell it to whatever niche, basically. But yeah, anyway, I hope you got value from this video. If you want like better callers, basically, top link in the description. But yeah, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.